I'm just kidding. I was going to say, Cord, you're the one that's here competing. But no, Cord, you're with us because you mentioned the 4-year-olds. This is an ABBI Classic night. We're talking American Bucking Bulls, the best of the young guns coming up. So for anyone that's new to this, walk us through it.
Well, it is the best 4-year-old bucking bulls in the world, and you start looking at the breeding programs that they've done on these bulls to see the athletes they are, the training, the nutrition they have for these bulls to get ready. But I got to warn the other stock contractors. There was one time I had a great 3-year-old bull. I'm like, I've got the best bull in the world. And Tulsa, Oklahoma was the very first event, and I brought Riding Solo in here, and the best 35 bull riders in the world said, wait a minute, go back home and train. So a lot of these bulls got introduced to the Unleash the Beast Tour, the best 35 guys in the world, and these guys didn't get here on accident. So you're going to see the best of the 4-year-old bucking bulls, but they get to match against the best bull riders in the world tonight too. So it's a big night for the bucking bull business.
And it's funny you mentioned that because we talk about these great bucking bulls we will see here in competition. So many notable have been stars as 2-year-olds, even as 3-year-olds, but ultimately at this level, it is a whole nother ball game. And we talk about the ABBI, the American Bucking Bull Incorporated. Let's talk about from the very beginning. We start seeing these bulls become superstars at a very young age.
Well, tonight's the night. I mean, we did the whole event in Nacogdoches, Texas. Over 100 bucking bulls, competed to be a top 5 to be able to come to Tulsa to showcase in front of you guys. Tonight's a pretty special night to see the elite of the breeding program of what's come to the best. But the thing about it is, when you look at the results of that event, there's 20 of those bulls that could show out in sold out crowds like the BOK Center. So the bucking bull business is going is full blast and strong right now. But it's neat to see the best 2-year-olds be able to perform tonight.
And you and I were talking a couple weeks ago. We know the big names for all the dads and the legends on that side, but it's also the mamas too. It takes two. So when you have these breeding programs, what are you looking for to have a bull good enough to make it here?
Well, it's huge. When you look at the PBR, it's like Little League T-ball. There's so many thousands of kids that start playing, and you narrow it down every year to see who's going to make the major leagues. Well, the same with the bucking bull business. But like you started with originally, I think when you talk to true breeders, true producers, and true trainers, they all look back to the mother side, the female side. And I will say that as soon as we bought Riding Solo when he was a yearling, the first thing we said is, where's his mother? Let's go get her. We want to do that. So now we have that, and we cross her with Blue Duck and Tulsa Time, to push our breeding program. But I think the female side sure takes 60 or 70% of that talent right there for the females.
Yeah, obviously we know, just like bull riding, it takes 2 great athletes to make those special moments. Well, it takes the mother and the father to produce greatness, but that greatness starts early in their career. We saw a couple of moments ago the futurity calves. You mentioned Riding Solo as a yearling. ABBI, and I got to tip my hat to Jay Doherty and the entire ABBI, because we're talking about $1 million futurity coming up later this year.
Yeah, we just seen that press release come out this week, and it got a lot of our customers and partners excited and ready to rock and roll. And we look at that, and the bulls that they're talking about competing for $1 million are just yearling bucking bulls right now. So, they're going to go heavy into training. They get to go to Las Vegas in November at the ABBI World Finals. But then starting that, they've got 3 events to qualify for the $1 million. So you're going to get to see a whole new group of young prospects and young new bucking bulls that are coming up. They're starting to play for a lot of money, and it gets a lot of interest. It's kind of like watching the Kentucky Derby. These bucking bulls get to play for more and more money all the time.
Cord, we sure appreciate the time, and there are so many stock contractors that are involved. So